how do I end an ungodly friendship?
The biggest thing is, if you're in contact with people that you don't. Okay, I'll just share a quick story. So the year I was at Watch of the Hills for a year, I'm at this spiritual environment. I go back to Michigan State, and I know I'm going to see all my friends that I didn't see for an entire year. And I'm scared, to be honest. I was scared that I was going to lose my faith, to be honest. And I'm at this this thing called participation, where all the student organizations are together. I'm representing our student club. And there was this girl who came up to me who is part of the Korean Student Association. She said, "Andrew, we haven't seen you for a whole year. We're having a party tonight. You should come." Now, this is a sensitive situation, because if I say, "Oh, I don't want to go, I don't do that stuff anymore," it's communicating, I don't want to associate myself with you guys, period, because now I'm Christian. And so I said, "Hey, thanks so much for the invitation. Why don't you message me?" So later I'm praying about it, and first of all, we need prayer. We need the guidance of the Holy Spirit, because there's no cookie cutter, approach to all this. But I basically messaged her back later after prayer and guidance from the Holy Spirit. And I said, "Hey, I really want to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for the invitation. I've just made a personal decision not to drink anymore. And so, that environment isn't helpful for me, but I really want to hang out with you. Thank you for reaching out. And I hope you can understand." And from there, she's like, "Oh, okay." So we just need to show that we still care about the relationship, and then I didn't really hang out too much after that.
It is the natural consequence. And like I said, there's much, because Andrew and I have a very similar background in our conversion story. The reality is when we make a decision to follow God, those that are not on that same path will also make a conscientious decision to not want to hang out with you, because godliness in the presence of ungodliness brings about either conviction or guilt. And a lot of people don't like to be in that arena. So it is a natural consequence to often have those friendships simply end naturally.
One real quick, I won't make it long. You've heard the illustration, someone mentioned cut it off. You may have heard the illustration of, if some people like to cut dogs' tails off, they like shorter dogs' tails. I think that's terrible, but let's just use it as an illustration. If you wanted to cut a dog's tail off, what would be the nicest way to do it? A little bit at a time? Or just hack the thing off? And, if this relationship needs to be ended, hack it off and don't draw it out, because it's going to be harder on you and the other person, because you both got to get over it. It's harder to drag it on or drag it out. Just let that thing go, get it done, and move on.